Use the code CHICKEN in the shop.
Hey guys, the Chicken's here, back today to another Boom Beach video. In today's video, guys, we're going to go over how to use Grenadiers in Warships. So, Grens are an interesting troop in Warships, and they were very effective this season, especially early on. So I wanted to kind of do a little bit of a how-to on how to use them, regardless of the season, regardless of the building types, deck layouts, that kind of thing. Guys, if you haven't already, I appreciate it if you throw in that code CHICKEN in the shop. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And if you want to win cool prizes and stuff, we do a giveaway every month for channel members. So if you become a member of the channel, give yourself pretty good odds of winning something at some point. So thank you to those of you that have done that. And there is there's an intro video on the membership page whenever you do become a membership that explains everything a lot more in detail than I'm going to do right now. So we're on the mini account today. The main account is still holding on fairly well. Currently number 20 in the world, which is pretty sweet. And I think I'm done. I think I'm not going to bother going back in on this account. I think Legend 67 is probably as high as I'm going to get. I mean, we'll see. But I don't know. I think I'm pretty satisfied with that one. I want to focus on trying to get this low-level one into Diamond. I think that'll be more beneficial for you guys, and it'll be a fun kind of different thing to play around with. So, what I wanted to cover today was specifically using Grenadiers, because that is what we have been doing. So, depending on the deck layout, that's going to matter a little bit on how to use Grens. But just some general tips. When you're using Grens, it's all about angles. Depending on what hero you have with them, I find Everspark probably works the best, because she stays back. Bullet and Brick. Bullet will work better probably than... The Brick can work too. They all can work, but I would say Everspark is the hero of choice if you are going to be running Grenadiers. Now, typically in Grenadiers, we're seeing like Grens and Medics, Grens and Tanks, Grens and Tanks and Medics, stuff like that. You might not always have those options. So a lot of the times we end up using all Grenadiers. But one of the most important things of using Grenadiers is having the ability to flare them. And I'm going to be using Sergeant Brick for this, because Brick and Battle Orders with Grenadiers, especially on clustered bases, so bases not like this one where they have all the defenses on all the tiles kind of right here, can be super effective. Now, for where I'm at currently in this season on this account, the Grenadiers have been amazing because they allow us to clear pretty well every base. Let's do that. So we gotta be careful of that boom surprise. It is gonna take Brick Heat down. Can we smoke her? Just barely. Okay. So, yeah, for this season on this account, Grens are nice because they can take down the base. They can do it relatively quickly. I mean, you're not going to beat a really good warrior hit, but they're very beneficial a lot of the times in warships, simply because a lot of troops besides them aren't able to take down the base completely. So it's helpful to know how to use them, because they're one of those troops where you might not use them a lot, but there's definitely a big benefit of being good with them. And like I said, it all comes down to angles. So Grens will outrange essentially all defenses except mortars, cannons, mortars, boom cannons, doom cannons. Most of the prototype shock blasters, things like that will still reach them. But yeah, the most important thing to have with them is the flare. So another thing that they'll do is Grens will target different things. They don't... Like, you see those two right there that ran up and started targeting the flame and the mortar. They kind of run away like that if you don't keep them controlled. So it's helpful to flare them every now and again so they don't get lost. Because the thing is, too, with Grenadiers, like, if they get to the point where where they're running away from you, or they're just not all completely collected like this, then that's where you're going to run into problems, because they don't do any sort of damage. They don't do any sort of damage just by themselves. They have to be grouped up. Now, a lot of the times what will happen is you get into a situation like this with Grens, and there's just simply nothing you can do. If we were able to take down that machine gun, if we are able to do it, then I'll show you what we would do in this situation. So then the only way to get more accurate with Grens is to flare them very, very close to something. Now, sometimes this will be really smart to do because you can get into the no fire zone of something, or it'll also help them take an engine room down faster. You can't really tell, but you can tell that they're doing more collective damage versus the spread out stuff. So we were able actually to get that Doom Cannon down. Unfortunately, we're not going to have enough of them left, so I'm just going to flare them up here so we can end this attack. But yeah, didn't have enough of them left there to get enough damage done, but that's the idea. That's the idea. And I mean, you can use them a bunch of different ways. They're very... see, look at this guy. He's only got 2 of them left, but he just came into range of that mortar, so that's going to be a no-go. We're not going to get him on... Oh, we did get him on percentage. Go chicken. That's what happens when you skip all the cannons. So yeah, that's, you know, kind of an overall thing on how to use Grens. Now, how we're specifically using them to take down these bases. It's nice to have a troop to throw in front of them, whether that's riflemen, whether it's heavies, whether it's just your hero. The Grenadiers' biggest problem is going to be rocket launchers and putting them down on the landing ramp. So when I'm looking at this base, I'm looking at, okay, what's the dirtiest landing? What's going to be the hardest landing besides the one with mines? It's going to be right here. So I'm going to throw down the riflemen, all the Grens, because they're going to be at their strongest when they're all together. And we're going to be able to distract with the riflemen. We can use Brick's battle orders, which is going to speed them up tremendously. And yeah, I'm finding with Brick right now that I've got to be pretty careful with the battle orders because we can only get 2 of them off that are actually decent. Otherwise, they're kind of out of range of... Sorry, they're not out of range. She just walks into something and dies, so it's like, you know, we want to keep them as collected as possible. So what we'll do here is we'll flare down. I'll let them clear out some of these defenses. We don't have to get all of them. This guy's doing a warrior hit on us. Oh my god, he just crushed us. So I'm running a compact base, so he might have had Brick with Grenadiers. Likely he had warriors. So you see right there, like, Brick's about to die. So that's what I mean, is you got to be careful with the battle orders because you're only going to get a few of them off before Brick does inevitably run in front of something. But yeah, they've been working really, really well. I think what we can do here, actually... we'll let them take down the cannon. They're already there. But yeah, so the thing with the Grens is, I mean, they're slow, right? They're slow. That's the biggest negative of using Grenadiers, is they take a very long time to use. So, you know, you're not usually going to get fast times unless you're able to just completely wipe out a compact base super quickly. But for this season, for what we're doing right now, going back between Grenadiers and Warriors, depending on the base, like these spread out ones, it's nice sometimes to use Grens because at least we know they're going to completely take them the base down. But if I was to use Warriors on this, it would be pretty tough to get them all the way around the base and take down every engine room. So that's the benefit of the spread base over the compact right now. But anyways, just a quick little primer, guys, on how to use Grenadiers. Hopefully that's helpful for not only, you know, this season. I know nobody's at 3ER right now, but some of the other seasons going forward, it's helpful to know how to use all the troops. So I do hope that helps you out, guys. As always, thanks so much for watching. That is going to wrap up the video today. Make sure to leave a like if you found it interesting, entertaining, or informative. Catch the next one, guys. Check it out. Back.